gotta try this new offensive scheme before Madden 24 comes out. So let's get right into it. For this offense, I have 3 goals. The first goal is to stay patient in the pocket and take what the defense gives you. The second goal is to create space for the man-beating routes to create one-on-one opportunities. And the third goal is pulling zone defenders out of the play to create open windows down the field to throw in. But now, let's get into the plays. The first play we're gonna go over is called post corner read in the empty bunch wide formation. The first thing I do is motion this outside receiver to the weak side to create a unique trips bunch look. And then the only adjustment I make is putting this inside receiver on a go route. This will create a very peculiar route concept that will cause a lot of problems in a zone defense where you will be able to pull defenders away to create open space. In man, natural picks can form like you see here in this play. If picks do not form, these routes can still beat man all across the field. And now we're gonna go over 3 plays in the box formation, which is one of the most dangerous formations and most underrated formation in Madden. The best part about this formation is that everything looks the same, all because of this motion here. But the part that makes it confusing for the defense is that 2 different routes come off of this motion. And in this play, deep fork, the motion turns into a 5-yard out. But this motion is highly effective because it makes the corner have to shade in and follow the receiver, which can give the 5-yard out better leverage to run an out-stemming route and gives us more room to throw the corner route over the top towards the sideline. And against man, these routes cook because it gives the cutting routes space to separate from the defenders. And it's worth noting that this scheme is very, very good against man, and I know a lot of people who play Madden could struggle against man defense, and a lot of these plays are great man beaters. The next play out of the box formation is called slot trail. Pre-snap, this play looks exactly the same as deep fork with the motion by the outside wide receiver. But this time, he'll run a short drag across the field to open up the delayed trail route by the inside wide receiver. But if the initial motion drag is open, take the easy throw for a couple of yards. But you'll see that this drag does a great job of opening up the middle of the field against a zone defense and can beat any man coverage. And against a man coverage, this motion drag gives the receiver a huge advantage because he gets a running start, so that just puts the corner in a very tough position in a man defense. I like running this play when it's a short yardage situation or even close to the goal line, mostly because it's very hard for the user to guard both of these routes. He needs to either choose the drag route or the trail route. So in this play, the read is the user, and whatever route he doesn't guard, that's the one you want to throw to. The last play out of this box formation is called flood drive. This play has a levels concept with a drag underneath by the motion wide receiver and a 12 to 15 yard dig by the middle receiver. In this play, your first read is the underneath route, and then the second read is the dig route. In a zone defense, the linebackers need to decide if they want to guard the dig or the drag because they'll be stuck in between the 2 routes. And a levels concept is very popular in football because of the tough position that this concept puts the linebackers in, because they can't guard 2 routes and they have to choose one of them to guard. In this play, the dig opened up, but I needed to just check it down to the drag because of the pass rush. Now, if those routes are not open and you still have time in the pocket, the 5 to 8 yard out is very effective, as well as the wheel route by the running back, and the post route is mostly a clearing route as your last and final read. And something worth noting, against the zone, that wheel route by the running back could be thrown too quick for a couple of easy yards, and to keep the defense on their toes that you can throw to any wide receiver that you want. The next play is called PA curl post out of the wing stack formation. This is one of my favorite plays against a zone defense, all because of the post route by the outside wide receiver. This route is ran behind the linebackers and should be thrown right before the safeties are able to break up the play. And with the play action, this can lure in the linebackers to create an easier throw, and usually if the pass is not there, the cross by the tight end will be open underneath the linebackers for an easy couple of yards. Against a man defense, that backside corner is a great route to look at because of the open field that can be created for more separation, especially when you have a mismatch with a big tight end against a smaller corner. You can also put this receiver on a go to clear out defenders, or if you think you have a fast enough receiver to beat a corner one-on-one or beat the deep zone defenders. The next play we're gonna go over is called sail and pivot in the stack Y flex formation. This play is great against man defense because of the 2 pivot routes. Against the zone defense, all you gotta do is is wait for windows to open up, and usually that dig will be open late after the wide receiver gets past the linebackers. In this play, my first read is the outside pivot. Then, as my eyes go across the field, I'll look to see if the dig is open early, and if not, my attention will go to the pivot coming to the inside. I will then go back to the dig because it is very hard to cover a receiver running across the length of the field. But if all else fails, we still have that corner route by the outside receiver. This play is extremely hard to guard in any defense and is very tough for a user to learn. The next play we're going to go over is called PA read out of the double formation. This is most effective against a zone, but can beat man as well. In this play, you have another high-low concept by the backside receivers. But something I may do to clear out the defenders is put the tight end on a vertical to hit the deep crossing route on the other side of the field. You can see in this play the defense is in a cover 4 drop, and by putting the tight end on a go, it pulled the deep quarter away from the crosser, which led to a wide open catch and throw. And generally in a high-low concept, your first read is the short route. But since I saw that the defense was in a zone, I felt that the deep crosser would be open, and he was. Now in a man defense, running backs versus the linebacker is a huge mismatch. So after you run the play action, you can check to see who is on the running back. In this play, I saw that the linebacker was coming from the opposite side of the field. And with all of the routes developing to the right side of the field, there was plenty of open grass for my running back to get some yards after the catch. And in regards to the tight end on a vertical route, he doesn't always have to act as a clearing route. You can see that in this play when I was near the end zone, I decided to hold L1 or LB to throw a high ball to him, and he got behind the defenders. Plays like this are important to show because you're telling your opponent that every single player on your team is a lethal threat, which could just open up a multitude of things within your offense. Now that is the full mini scheme of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook. Let me know what you think of the video and expect more things like this before Madden 24. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and thank you for watching.